Welcome back to the News at Noon. Later this month, it's the End 22 a Day Initiative Benefit Ride. This puts a spotlight on veteran suicides in the U.S. Joining us right now to talk more about this, the organizer of the ride, Samantha Lead. And Samantha, we were talking during the break. This story hits close to home. Do you tell me a little bit about what happened in your life?
For me personally, my experience is the fact that my husband, he was a veteran. He did 7 years in the Marine Corps, almost 7 years in the Marine Corps. And when he got out about 10 years ago, back in 2014, he spent a lot of time struggling with the mental health side of it, with the physical disabilities that he dealt with, along with PTSD, moral injury, and things of that such. Unfortunately, on Thanksgiving this past year, he took his own life. So this benefit ride for me is one, yes, it is a benefit ride, and it will help me with the financial despair that I've been left in. But what I'm doing with it is not only trying to gain participation to bring awareness to this situation, but at the end of the ride, I'm also going to be providing a lot of veteran-affiliated nonprofit organizations that are all mission-oriented in the reintegration and mental health of active and retired U.S. military members to help them get that help that Mitchell couldn't find when he needed it. Unfortunately, after his passing is when I found all these resources that he could have used. But while I'm using this, I want to try to make it a resource hub for people, to let them know that it is okay to ask for help. It is okay to do those things. And that's why I'm also trying to bring in like VSOs, things that can help us get through the VA, along with things that are resources outside of the VA, but also options to those veterans. And those organizations work directly with those veterans.
For folks who are not familiar, the name is very important, End 22 a Day. Tell us, what does that mean?
So 22 is a symbolic number. It is a number that was given out by the VA 10 years ago, or 15 years ago now. And they say that is the number of veterans every day that take their life. Now, that doesn't include self-injury, that doesn't include homeless veterans that are not being counted as homeless veterans, and that doesn't include suicide by cop. Unfortunately, those numbers are a little harder to get, but once you put it all together, it is a little bit closer to 44 a day. So it is an epidemic, it's a problem, but we don't want to talk about it because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But we don't fix those numbers by not stepping out of our comfort zone. For me, this is extremely uncomfortable. This is scary, but it's not a shameful thing, it's not a guilt thing, and that's what I'm trying to get out to these other veterans, is that it's okay.
For folks who want to join you in this ride, tell us about that, the time, location, all that good stuff.
So the ride is going to be the 29th of March, and that is the last Saturday of March. We're going to start at the Harley-Davidson in Montgomery at 10:30. That's when registration starts. We'll do kickstands up at 12. We have multiple stops, 133 in Millbrook, 122 in Prattville. Those are both American Legions. And then we have the VFW in Prattville. And then we're going to go over to the Cloverdale area behind Pine Bar. And that's where I'll have my resource tables. I'll have a Till Valhalla guest speaker. I'll have several raffles, which one of them being a helicopter hug hunt. I'm very excited about that one. I get to go personally. And then we will go through a bunch of things like that. We're going to all arrive at the last stop at 4 o'clock, and everybody is welcome to be a part of that. You do not have to be on a bike to participate in the ride, and you do not have to be a participant of the ride to join us at the last stop.
We thank you for sharing your story so much. Thank you for coming on. We hope you have a great turnout.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
thank you so much.